Hello and welcome to the next series in Tools for Joy. My name's Ollie Doyle, and in this series, I'm going to share with you some revolutionary discoveries that I've made along the path that have completely changed the way I practice mindfulness and shifted me from someone who was able to concentrate fairly well and had a measure of peace and stability in their life to someone who now sees clearly that all the drama and the ups and downs doesn't belong to me and ultimately doesn't matter. And that's a step from that place of being able to concentrate but having to work really hard and still going up and crashing down, to just seeing in the midst of that up and down that none of it's me or mine and none of it matters. Over this series, we're going to explore the tools that I use to reinforce this realization in my life, and some of the tools that I use to overcome the internal barriers to experiencing life as it is, which is, it's peaceful, it's simple. We add all the drama and the other stuff on top. Today, though, I want to begin with exploring and explaining what I call the path of loss. And if I can quickly explain that, normally we believe that our practice is about what we become, that we become someone better, that we become calmer, happier, more peaceful, more stable. And the path of loss is the opposite of that. It's about embracing the idea that it's not what we become, but what we overcome. That there's nothing we need to turn into. We just need to get rid of some of the barriers and some of the stuff that's getting in the way of our happiness. And I'm going to show you a simple exercise right now that will take you into this place of just joyful loss. And as we go on through the series, I'm going to show you how to put down more and more of the things that you're clinging to, but that are actually doing you no good, or doing you harm. So let's start by losing everything. Let's go straight in. Close your eyes. Feel the breath. And I want you, just for the next 6 or 7 minutes, to lose everything except the breath. So feel the breath coming into the body. Feel the breath going out. And I want you to pay such close attention to that feeling. That you lose your sense of identity. Stop entertaining and playing with thoughts about this I, thoughts of past and future. Just feel. One breath in, one breath out. Just feel it. I want you to lose the past. I want you to make the awareness of breath so encompassing that there's no room for memory. Or at least that memory is not entertained, it's not played with. Just breath, nothing else. Our attention is on nothing else. And so I want you to lose the future. Make this breath so vitally important that there's no space for future either. We don't entertain it. We don't play with projection. We just breathe. And as we lose past and future, we lose that story self, the story-based I. And we see that in this moment we're nothing more or less than the witness of the breath. The awareness that watches the breath. And you'll notice as you deliberately lose everything, you'll notice that the mind wants to reclaim this and that, wants to take it back, wants to start rebuilding those stories of past and future and self. Just leave it. Don't play with it, just breathe. Now this might seem like any other ordinary mindful breathing exercise, but we've taken some really important steps here that I want to make really clear. So of course, as with every mindfulness practice, we've cast off past and future to focus attention on now. But often when we do that, we have an underlying sense or belief that I'm doing this so that I feel better, so that I am happier, because I want something from it. And the I that we refer to when we say that is that story-based I, the story self. We see an image of that and we say, I want this, referring to that story self. And so when we practice, we're essentially trying to accrue treasure for this I, when actually that I, that false I, is the thing that gets in the way of your happiness now. So if within our practice we're cultivating it and strengthening it in some way, then it's really counterproductive. Whereas what we're doing here is we're losing that too. We're losing past and future, coming into the now. And then we're losing those thoughts of I. We're leaving them alone. So that all we are, all that we know ourselves as, is the watcher of the breath. The perfect, silent watcher that's noticing the breath coming and going. And being that watcher, or knowing ourselves as that watcher, is our first step on the path of loss, because we're losing all the false conceptions that in truth we are this or that or the other. We're stripping back, we're putting down everything but our essential self as this awareness. So when you practice this week, I invite you to practice with the breath. And deliberately you can say it to yourself. Now I put down, I lose the past. Now I lose the future. Now I lose the story self. And you just sit and breathe and watch and see what remains. And what remains we can't explain well in words. But our practice is to go inside with attention and experience it.